Hey, welcome to the night school. This topic is on etiquette. You need only seek to find more on the topic. Nothing quite says night like proper etiquette. I'm Clifford Brunetti, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about etiquette, some things that will really set you apart from the knaves of the world and make you the man that you would like to become. Some of these things you may already do, and others, if not, you should consider. First, I find posture something that is a powerful statement on who you are. It is correctable, so if you don't have good posture, it's only a matter of putting attention into it and perhaps a mirror in the beginning stages. Standing and sitting with good posture demonstrates power and good health, and actually does promote both of those things. With good posture, your back and neck will not suffer the ill effects of slumping, and you'll be able to breathe easier and move with grace. Some Sometimes people have even asked if I'm a police officer or a Marine. Not because I wear a uniform or a t-shirt advertising those things, but simply my posture. They can't help but recognize someone with power. Sitting or standing, you should make your back and neck in a straight line. Take some time each morning before going out for the day to stretch your back and shoulders and legs. When you do this and pay attention to how you hold yourself, you will strengthen the muscles that need strengthening. Only by following this will you understand the health and social benefits you'll receive. Posture is important. Well, when you have good posture, you feel better, stronger, more able to take on the world. To dress well on top of posture is the clincher. Sloppy clothes speak of a sloppy and undisciplined spirit. Obviously, there are social norms and cultural differences that must be taken into account, but dressing well would mean clean, ironed, correctly worn clothes of a quality that builds up rather than tears down. I find that there are many people who dress to a lower standard than necessary. In my opinion, because they don't want to be a leader. They don't want to stand out among lesser souls. So, become lesser themselves in an effort to fit in. Try dressing correctly, rather than one below the standard. Help others to acknowledge that it's okay to look well. You don't have to be ashamed. Take your personal power and live up to your standards, not below them. Remember, a fish grows to the size of its container can be a metaphor for dressing for success. It's okay to be successful. Don't let others intimidate you into being less. Handshakes are the first physical contact after you've been judged by your posture and clothing. The strength and vibrancy of your handshake will tell others what kind of person you are or hope to become. Shake firmly, just under too hard, and make sure you look the person in the eyes and smile. Shake hands every time you say hello or goodbye. If there are more than one person, make sure you repeat this however many times there are people that you have met. Don't do the one wave takes care of it all thing. It shows a lack of character. Well, now that you have a good posture, dress well, and have a good handshake, likely a nice girl has been attracted to you. It's time to break out of any degree of selfishness and wrong thinking and open doors for your lady, or your mother, or an elderly woman, or really any woman. Yes, you can also open doors for elderly men, but do not open doors for middle-aged men or young men. We don't need it. Boys, yes, if they're incapable of opening the doors for themselves. Now, having said that, what I didn't say is to slam a door in a young man or middle-aged man's faces. Let's run a couple quick scenarios. One, you arrive at a door before a lady of any age. You open the door and stand out of the way that she may pass. If she's with her husband or male companion, hold the door only long enough for him to grab it and continue holding it for her. 2. You arrive to a door before a young or middle-aged man. You open the door and hold it long enough for him to grab it and hold it open for himself. You don't get out of the way for him, but rather may pass first. Number 3. If another man arrives to a door before you, do not let him hold it for you, but rather allow him to pass you the door, thank him, and let him enter first. And the fourth, If, however, you are old enough to be considered over the middle age line and maybe even into the elderly, and a younger man wants to be a cavalier, cavalier and hold it open for you, thank him and accept his goodwill. For car doors, open it for a lady and not for a man. Simple. All right. Being invited into someone's home is always an honor, but remember that it's not a free meal. You should always bring flowers for the hostess and a bottle of wine for the house to drink whenever they would like, not necessarily your visit. Or maybe you bring something else if you've asked, "What can I bring?" during the invitation itself. Well, whether at home, at a friend's dinner party, or a formal event, stand until the lady of the house has been seated. If you are close to her chair, then pull out the chair for her and gently push it forward as she's sitting. In my house, we men stand behind our chairs until my wife is ready to sit. My son or I will pull out the chair for her. Once seated, we may all sit. This is a good rule. It is respectful to your wife or girlfriend, especially if she's made the meal for you. Once seated and food is either served or passed around, you should consider raising whatever drink has been offered to you, water, juice, soda, wine, or beer, and call for a toast in the hostess or host's honor, thanking them formally for the meal and companionship. Toasts may be simple and heartfelt, which are usually the best, or more poetic, but remember the food is on the table and will get cold, so don't take too long. Practice toasting often. The more you do it, the better you get at it. Toasting isn't a reason to get drunk like so many movies have portrayed it to be, but rather giving thanks where thanks are due. Dancing may not be to every man's liking, but since most ladies love it and see your dancing with them as a sign of love and affection, you should be conversant in it and should be your idea to go dancing. If you don't know how, you can watch YouTubes on it. I'm sure there's plenty of them. A guy only has to be good enough dancer to allow the girl that he's with a good time and for her to be the showpiece. Get over any shyness or fear you may have of making a fool out of yourself. The bigger fool is the one who, when given the opportunity, does nothing. Lastly, thank your host with a handshake and the following day by a written letter. Emails are not sufficient to show good upbringing and manners. As in toasts, it matters more the heart than the words. Well, I hope you found this topic interesting and informative. I would like to thank each of you to follow. I would like each of you to follow good etiquette in your lives in the days to come. Look for other nightly related topics in the Facebook group Friends of the Fraternal Order of the Golden Owl. Bye for now.